Welcome back to this special edition of AJ Lux Talk Sports. This is my dad's birthday. So August 4th, 1959 was the day he was born. And we're just going to do a special edition for him, talk about the sports that he enjoyed, and discuss three of his favorite sports teams. And just to start it out, we're going to go ahead and just talk about I'm just going to talk about him and what he's done in my life and how he's changed my life for the positive in a lot of areas, especially in the sports world. He taught me how to play basketball, taught me about the love of the game, the competitive drive, which is not taught. That is either instilled inherently or you don't have it, i.e., LeBron compared to Michael. It's not even a comparison. It doesn't even compare, which I'm not going to get into that. That's not the segment for the day. So taught me always how to work hard, do your best in everything that you do. I lost track of that over the years. But in sports-wise, I did 100% in basketball all the time. And another thing that he also said was, it's not what you know, it's who you know, which some people can argue about that, but in essence, I thoroughly believe that. And I just want to get into a couple stories that, are kind of my heart and I think about often. I remember when I was younger, I was probably like 10, and he used to always tell me, he's like, son, whenever you beat me in basketball is the day I quit playing basketball. And I used to think there's no way, I'm never going to beat him. I looked up to him and kind of idolized him. And so when I got older, I think I was 15 or 16, and we played out in the backyard on the basketball rim. The house that he had a gorilla rim out in the back, was freaking awesome. And I beat him. And it wasn't like he was mad. I don't know if he was just disappointed. I don't know if he was proud. But he didn't play again after that. Not me, at least. I mean, he played a little bit like in a church league or something, like way back in the day, but he kind of quit. He never played with me one-on-one ever again. So that was kind of fun and enjoyable. Really good basketball player, could shoot the lights out. Had a beautiful jumper. He always made fun of me because I shot differently, and left-handed. Didn't have really a pretty shot, but it went in. But that was one of the stories. And then going to the Dallas Cowboys game, I think I was 12, and he had tickets. It was for his birthday, and it was a preseason game with the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders. But again, it was preseason, but the Raiders. You gotta love how to say that. The Oakland Raiders. Now you can't say Oakland anymore. It's the Las Vegas Raiders. But I was so excited to watch it. This was back when Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, prime time. They played there, and I didn't even watch the game. I went there, and I watched the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders do their cheerleading the whole entire time. I even got autographs, and I still remember their names: Melanie Hayes and Jennifer Franklin. I carried that Dallas Cowboy hat everywhere, boys. Everywhere. And on another one, Dad's 300 in bowling. I know Grandpa would remember this because it was me, Grandpa, and Dad, and then some dude that I worked at the UAW plant with. He bowled with it. So he was all right too, but our team was pretty good. And Dad bowled a 300 that day, that one night. It was awesome. Still have his ring, and he actually, I think he bowled like two or three of them in his lifetime. Grandpa actually bowled one, I believe, too. I came one pin away. That same year, we were in the league. I think it was like 2 weeks later. I came one pin away from the 300, and I never have came close to it since. I was so upset. But let's get into Dad's favorite teams. I'll just go down a little list here. The Dodgers. He always went against the grain. Like the Cincinnati, we're from Cincinnati around the area, and he always wanted to start like a rival, like a hatership, I guess, or whatever, because he liked the Michigan. And I'm a Ohio State, big time Ohio State fan. It was always arguments, almost a fight. We'd get knockout, drag out fights over these football games. He likes the Dodgers, like the Lakers, like Michigan. And he, as NASCAR, he was big NASCAR. Every Sunday we were watching a NASCAR race. Ken Schrader was his favorite back in the day. And then he liked the Blue Deuce, Kurt Busch. But I guess over the years, he kind of was more leaning towards Michigan. Always Michigan. Every time we'd have a game or something, he'd have all this Michigan stuff all over the place. I didn't even want to walk in. I hated it. And then we'd always get in arguments and all that because I'd have my A.J. Hawk jersey. So, anyways, I'm going to just go ahead and talk about the L.A. Dodgers that's going on right now. I don't really know much about the West Coast, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. And I already looked up some stats and read about them, so I come prepared. Walker Buehler. He had a slow start last year and this year. He allowed 3 home runs, 2 leads given away on that Monday night Padres win, 5-4. Okay, team leaders on the LA Dodgers. Seager batting at .375 so far with 3 home runs, and Turner with 8 RBIs leading the team. Stripling in the pitching categories, he has 2 wins. Urias ERA of 2.54, which isn't really that good, but it's fine. Stripling also the strikeout king of in the clubhouse at 9. Scheduling, they play the Padres today at 9:10 p.m. I believe that's probably West Coast time, not East Coast time. And here we go. The Lakers, Monday night, they won 116-108 over the Utah Jazz. The top performers was 42 points, Anthony Unibrow Davis. Fear the brow. I think he cut it now. He trimmed it off a little bit since the Kentucky days. 12 rebounds, said Anthony Davis, and 9 assists with LeBron James. And they are also first place in the West. And here we go. Me and my brother were talking about this yesterday. I kind of was mad and argued with him. But I don't want to be your typical Ohio State fan and only Ohio State or bust. So we're going to talk about Michigan. And I have the Michigan site up as we are talking. It's on the Wolverine. It's MichiganRivals.com. This is where I'm going to get all my information from in this podcast and YouTube channel. Yes, I look at this. If you can see me on the YouTube area, I have a Ohio State hat on. That's my. This is my lucky hat. And this is for Dad. And I got one simple question, and this is what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to park it right here in the Michigan and Ohio State. Still don't know the scheduling yet, not that I know of. But one simple question: should Harbaugh stay or go? I know I have a cousin that's a Michigan fan as well. My brother and sister are Michigan fans. Like I said, father was a big-time Michigan fan. He used to take the 2 kids up to the spring game, I believe, and get a bunch of autographs back in the day. But here we go. Let's see this. The stats and numbers to know surrounding Jim Harbaugh's 5th year at Ann Arbor. Here we go. I'm going to read this right here. It looks like Austin Fox, the Wolverine, is a staff writer for this. So props to him. Don't like you because you were Michigan. Much of the narrative surrounding Michigan Wolverines football coach Jim Harbaugh's 5-year tenure in Ann Arbor has involved his failure to beat Ohio State and the fact that the Maize and Blue have yet to win a Big Ten title with him at the helm. So this Austin Fox says. You had 5 years to beat us. 5. You done. You don't put up. You don't show up. You get the freak out. You know what I mean? You're gone. Bye-bye. Get out of here. Just get out of here. Gone. See, though, while those two elements are discouraging, it also is important to note the impressive accomplishments the Wolverine have achieved since he arrived in December of 2014, and the way he revived a program that former head coach Brady Hoke had left in shambles. So, I mean, let's look. We're going to scroll down. There's a picture of him. He's got 10 win seasons, three 10-win seasons during his first 4 years. Okay, 3 different offensive coordinators in 5 years. Wonder why that's going on. Let's read that. 3 different offensive coordinators in the past 5 years, with Tim Drevno leading the charge in 2015 and 16, then seemingly splitting duties with Pep Hamilton in 2017, before Hamilton took over in 2018, and then Josh Gaddis this past season. Michigan has not finished higher than 50th nationally in yards per game in any of those 5 seasons, so their offense is definitely in shambles. I don't see them doing anything in the Big Ten this year at all. 4.2 has been the average national finish of Michigan's defense. So their defense has been doing all right. The offense is what needs work. 11 players selected in 2017 NFL draft. 17 points has been the average margin of defeat against Ohio State. Gotta like that stat. Let's read that again. 17 points has been the average margin of defeat against Ohio State, with 29-point blowouts in 2015 and 2019, and a 23-point setback in 2018, the most discouraging losses. Michigan took Ohio State to double overtime in 2016 before falling by 30-27. Came close to knocking off the Buckeyes again in 2017, trailed by 4 points and possessed the ball with just 2.43 left to go, but ultimately holds an 0-5 record against them during Harbaugh's tenure. Oh, I'm so sorry. This must be horrible. 3,000 passing yards for quarterback Jake Rudock in 2015. I'm done talking about it. This is just ridiculous. You're just, see right now on this, I'm reading it on the laptop, and they're just scrambling for some kind of positive on these Michigan teams. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys. It is over with and done, and you are no longer going to be on top of the Big Ten ever again. So it's Ohio State to have and take. I believe it's Ohio State's championship to win. I'm a big Ohio State fan. Always have been. Craig Krenzel days back in the day, boys. So there you go, special edition. I love you, Dad. I miss you. And rest in peace, and we'll see you, hopefully not soon, later. And I just love you. Thank you, Megan and Zach. Special there, my brother and sister. I was trying to get them to give me sound bites and stuff, but they didn't get it. But I'm going to give them props out. All right, love you guys. And thanks again. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. My podcast on Spotify. Again, AJ, Let's Talk Sports. Have a great day.